It's 8:50, August 4th. Uh, 8:50, August 4th. I'm Alexander Surya, Jayanty, long buck hair and a man bun, eyebrow ring, mole on right hand, penguin duck birthmark. So, like I was saying, there's these New Age mind slavery practitioners, and the way they perform this is via a process known as implantation, where they do like a nano to femto manufacturing like process and construct what is known as a BCI or brain computer interface in people's brains to where it has what is known as synthetic telepathy capabilities. And what they're doing is using synthetic telepathy to harvest information from people's brains, as well as data, intellectual property, information, etc., passwords, banking information, etc. Um, it's a new form of slavery, and these people have been basically performing this slavery in various forms, whether they're implanting people and turning them into quote betting mule slaves, and they implant people and then run gambling rings around them illegally. Some turn them into new age covert sexual slaves and put devices in their genitals and brains and sexually abuse them covertly and sell them to um, different sex offenders around the globe, from men to women, old men, middle-aged men, middle-aged women, where they will stalk these their victims with satellite cameras and interact with their genitals against their will while they may be having private time or doing other sick shit. But it's a new form of sexual slavery. It's a covert form of sexual slavery, is what they've been doing. So they have betting mule slavery, sexual slavery. They have data slaves where they harvest people's data and sell it illegally. They also turn people into. They also create um, information slaves. They'll harvest banking information and commit crimes on you. And if you report them, they'll crack you with a technological whip, such as devices in your heart and shock your heart if you report them. So then they'll try to make you work at your job, and then they'll extort you or blackmail or steal money from you. And if you report them to law enforcement, they'll attempt murder on you and try to abuse you into silence. So it's a new form of slavery. I'm still characterizing it, but it's still in development. So it's a new form of slavery. I'm still characterizing it, but it's still in development. There's a lot of people in the tech industry involved with this new form of slavery, as well as potentially some corrupt government officials. It's been spreading around the United States and outside of the United States. There may be some famous people involved with this new age form of slavery, new age mind slavery. I promise you it exists. I know it sounds crazy, but you'd be surprised what technology is today. But yeah, a lot of it revolves around data and information, intellectual property, financial crimes, and then also exploiting. It's exploitation. It also revolves around exploiting victims of this technology and making money off of the victims suffering from their crimes. They're basically selling human life and their minds to people, and then selling their data, exploiting them as victims and pretending to be defenders, but really exploiting them and making money off of their suffering. And then if they report it to law enforcement, they abuse them covertly, repeatedly, whether sexually, mentally, shock their hearts, shock their genitals. So these are some these guys with these BCIs with synthetic telepathy are some of their new age mind slavery practitioners. Anyone you know involved in synthetic telepathy investments, get to the bottom of who their research subjects are and see if they're exploiting them in various ways, and see if they're involved with this new age mind slavery ring. So look around for people recruiting people to synthetic telepathy investments. Those are some of the key new age mind slavery practitioners. Um, the new white man in America. Some are white, some are people of African descent, but they are grade A, just outright zero respect for human life, new age mind slavery practitioners. They're involved with exploitation, sexual slavery, betting mule slavery, data slavery, and they're basically implant people, turn people into victims, and then they exploit victims by making money off of this novel tech and making money in various other ways. Um, some of the most repulsive people you ever encounter in your life. I mean, some of these people are so disgusting. They actually abuse disabled people and actually make fun of disabled people. Like it's almost like while they steal from them and slowly murder them, it's like slowly murdering a Down syndrome child while making fun of them and making up stories about them, while they also abuse them covertly. I mean, these are some real redneck, white trash serial killer psychopaths, and also just some just disgusting humans. Um, it's some sick shit, and they're sick in the mind. Um, Something needs to be done. Someone needs to arrest these people. So look for people trying to recruit people to synthetic telepathy investments, new age investigation company investments. Their new age investigation companies are like a shell and a cover up for their implantation victims and the people they exploit sexually, as well as exploit them, making money off their life experiences, their data, etc. So look for people recruiting people to new age investigation companies, synthetic telepathy investments, new age court systems. Find those people and then ask to get information about the subjects for their research, which is really just a covert. The research is also just a cover up for their slavery rings. Some of their betting rings are cover ups for their slavery and exploitation rings. Their new age investigation company and new age court systems are cover ups for their exploitation and slavery rings. Bet my life on it. So look into that. Find out people involved in investments in synthetic telepathy, implantation, new age court systems, as well as betting rings and new age investigation companies. Those are some of the key new age mind slavery practitioners in the world, and they're seeking to rape mankind of their free will, exploit people that they implant, and exploit their victims sexually, exploit them financially, exploit them in various ways. Um, so these are some real life sickos, and they need to be stopped. Praise Jesus. I'm Alexander Surya Jayanty, born June 5th, 1984. Mustache, lower lip hair, chin hair, mole on the right hand, penguin duck birthmark. These people are pure evil. They're Satan. They need to be stopped.